Welcome to all. In the last time, in chapter 11, showing we are part 1 and 2. So now today we going in the part 3. Last time we showing a human eye and then after we showing a types of human eye, some critical problems. So now today we showing a different topic. It is a very important because it is also coming in the 3 mark question. So what is a question? So now it is a Newton's experiment, means dispersion of white light by a glass prism. So now we showing with a one image. So you showing a one prism. Now this prism have three surface like a name of ABC, and one of the surface may be in the left side. We passing a one white light on the surface of AB. Then after the reflection you showing, now he divide some ray, and then after we found here total 7 colors like a name, a very simple like a VIBGYOR, the like a violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and the red. So very simple topic like a dispersion of white light by a glass prism. So the prism has probably split the incident white light into a band of colors, not the colors that appear at the two ends of the color band. So the various colors seen by, like a violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and the red. So now we asking in the solved form like a VIBGYOR help you to remember the sequence of the colors. The band of the color components of a light beam is called its spectrum. So here we showing a 7 color. So it is known as a spectrum. You might not be able to see all the colors separately because we are showing in joint. So that time we are unable to each and every color showing in the separate. Something makes each colors distinct from the other. The splitting of light into its component colors is called a dispersion. So simple and a very easy topic because in the time of exam, definitely more time this question should become. So different colors of light bend through a different angle with respect to the incident ray as they pass through a prism. The red light bends the least white, the violet the most. It is a very important question. More angle. So more angle you found in the violet and the less in the red light. The rays of each color emerge along a different path and thus become a distinct. It is the band of distinct colors that we see in a spectrum. Now, after we showing us 7 different colors, suppose we want again a spectrum, means we want again a white light. So how can possible? So first prism like a P1, we passing a white light and then after we showing a different 7 color. But suppose we using a second prism P2, but we put a different angle. Now this 7 color passing from the prism P2, so definitely we again found a white light. So it is a proof for Newton's. So Isaac Newton was the first to use a glass prism to obtain the spectrum of sunlight. He tried to split the colors of the spectrum of white light further by using another similar prism. He could not get any more colors. He then placed a second identical prism in an inverted position with respect to the first prism. This allowed all the colors of the spectrum to pass through the second prism. He found a beam of white light emerging from the other side of the second prism. So this observation gave Newton's the idea that the sunlight is made up of 7 colors. So now here a very simple and very easy question. Sometime whenever the question should become a Newton's theorem. So that time you written both the like a first 7 colors spectrum and the second we again found the white light. So now we moving a next question like a rainbow. In the exam 2020 in the board exam, this question should become for 3 marks. So now we showing here. So first we showing the theory, then after we showing us some image. A rainbow is a natural spectrum appearing in the sky after a rain shower. It is caused by dispersion of sunlight by tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere. A rainbow is always formed in a direction opposite to the of the sun. It's a very important line whenever you come in the exam time. Again, a rainbow is always formed in a direction opposite to that of the sun. The water drops act like a small prism. They refract and disperse the incident sunlight, then reflect it internally, and finally reflect it again when it comes out of the raindrop. Due to the dispersion of light and internal reflection, different color reach the observed eye. So now we showing with the one image. Now it is a water drop look like a prism. Now one sunlight passing to the water drop. So that time we found in the water reflect and disperse, and internally again incident, and after in out of water in atmosphere we showing a 7 color. It is known as a rainbow. So it is also a very simple question. In the exam time you retain very easily like a one diagram, and after diagram you retain itself. Now student, here we showing a one video to show you how to create a rainbow. So each and everyone here enjoy with this video.
Rainbows are one of the most beautiful sights in nature, and we usually see it on a rainy day. But you will be surprised to know that you can even see it on sunny days if you're near waterfalls or fountains. So what is really required for the rainbow to be formed? The two things that are required for the rainbow to appear are white light and tiny water droplets. The latter is quite important for its formation. In the rainy season, many water droplets are present in our atmosphere, and hence we mostly see the rainbow in this season. Okay, so how do these two combine together to form a rainbow? Well, the formation of the rainbow results from the simplest of optical phenomena known as refraction and total internal reflection. Yes, among these two, we know quite a lot about refraction of light. Okay, so let's see how sunlight and droplets interact with each other. First of all, suppose that we're looking up at a rainbow from some point on the surface of the earth. We see the colors of a rainbow in order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet from top to bottom. We might not be able to see indigo that well because our eyes are not quite sensitive to that color. Now, as I told you, rainbows during the rainy season are formed due to the presence of water droplets in the atmosphere. There are many of these where a rainbow is formed. Say we are only looking at the red part of the rainbow. The simple reason that we're able to see anything around us is because the light from that particular object is traveling to our eyes. Similarly, The red light from the upper part of the rainbow is traveling to our eyes, enabling us to see it. But where is this red light coming from? In order to understand this, let's consider a single water droplet from this red region and suppose the white sunlight is incident at this point on it. The angle at which the light is incident is very important, and I will tell you why in a little while. It will reflect some of the light at the boundary and refract some of it. The reflected light is white light again, and it's going away from our eyes. So we ignore this as this light does not help in forming rainbows. But we know that the white light of sun is composed of 7 primary colors. It's VIBGYOR. And we also know that the prism will break this white light into its constituent colors when allowed to pass through it. A water droplet behaves exactly like a prism. It disperses the white sunlight at the entry point. What happens next? This dispersed light falls onto the rare side of the droplet, and each light color is again refracted by different angles. But wait a moment. Look at this point. Why is the light getting refracted in the same medium? Well, you must have assumed that it will pass through the air and not back through the water. This is happening because of an optical phenomenon known as total internal reflection. Let me quickly enlighten you about this. We know when the light travels from an optically denser to an optically rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. And greater the angle of incidence, greater will be the angle of refraction. But here's the interesting part. There is some angle called the critical angle at which the refracted ray will be perpendicular to the normal line. That's right. At this angle of incidence, we can see that the refracted ray is perpendicular to the normal. And if I further increase the angle of incidence, then the refracted ray will now travel through the incident medium. So if you notice, the ray is actually reflecting in the same medium. The same thing happens here in a water droplet as well. This angle of incidence at this surface for each colored light is such that they all bend in the same medium. So these different colored rays are now at the air-water interface again for the third time. This time, however, the total internal reflection does not occur and they bend in air. But notice that all the colors in air are now separated by quite an amount. The 3 refractions create the larger gap between these colors. All the droplets in this red portion of the rainbow behave in the same way. But wait a moment. These droplets are refracting the light of all colors. Then why are we able to see only the red color in this region of the rainbow? This is because only the red color from this region reaches our eyes. All the other colors are refracted at such a large angle that they do not reach our eyes on the ground. Same thing happens for the remaining regions of a rainbow as well. For instance, droplets present in the violet region also send the light back in the same way. But only the violet color reaches us and the remaining colors are not visible. I hope that you now have a basic understanding of how a rainbow forms in the sky. We will come up with more interesting topics in our future videos.
So here a very easy method when you showing a rainbow. Okay, so next time we are coming with the new topics.